Hello and welcome back. Purge. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We have people and they make sounds and they have voices.
Amazing.
It is absolutely amazing.
Technology.
with Radon, who somehow he got smaller. How did that happen? It's just
How the hell does one
He's
get...
already a gnome. If he gets much smaller, there won't be much left of him.
There we go. All right.
He is the new Ant-Man.
The new Ant-Man. All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Purge. So, last time, where we left off was a rather there was a bit of combat, wasn't there?
Oh,
Just a little. Yeah.
There's just a small bit of fighting. So, where we left off last time, the party had just finished fleeing, or was just in the process of fleeing from an Imperial warship, having taken out one of their smaller interceptors, or perhaps taken out is a generous term, disabled its ability to pursue immediately, while killing numerous crew members. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About right.
That sounds relatively accurate. Well, as the ship has continued on, you are rapidly approaching the Long Dark. This wall of black, roiling fog extends a mile into the sky, and in both directions, to your left and to your right, as far as the eye can see, to the edge of the horizon. This, for some of you, most of you, have never been in this before, have never even seen this before. Art, you've probably seen it from a distance. Maybe you've dipped into it from time to time on your previous ship to slip away. Bralkin, you grew up in this place. Seeing what you've seen in the time since leaving has been actually the biggest shock to you. The sun? Like, what is that thing? It's a ball of fire in the sky. You probably spent maybe the last month mostly below decks, to be fair.
Yeah.
I also forgot that you're a Durgar. Aren't you sunlight sensitive? Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it was totally a very overcast sky yesterday and not direct sunlight. You know? That would make much sense, thinking
Kinda
about
cloudy,
that.
you know?
Yeah, very cloudy, very dark this close to the Long Dark. Anyways, approaching and moving rapidly in. Your captain calls out, "All right, say goodbye to the light." As you rapidly approach this wall, just kind of, each of you looking up, and Bralkin, probably very welcoming to go back there. Art, as mentioned, you likely dipped in on occasion on your previous ship. Hulda and Radon? I mean, Hulda, you're used to not seeing the sun, but you've never seen anything quite like this.
Oh, I'm so curious.
And Radon, I mean, you're used to being on the surface in the light. Like, oh, this is going to be interesting. But after a short time, the ship passes through, and you enter into the Long Dark itself. Everything
finally
is...
I can fucking see.
Yeah, you probably hear a chuckle from Aliana, currently piloting the ship. Lights right as you're starting to pass in, the very crew that they are, start lighting different oil lanterns on the ship so that you can actually see on the vessel itself. And yeah, you've kind of entered into the darkness, and there's just like this moment on the ship in the dark where it's kind of quiet, and you do hear the captain just like, "Well, we're gonna have to make sure that hopefully they don't follow, but I don't think they're that stupid."
Art kind of chuckles. She just says, "How do we even know if they were? We can't see. We can barely see 5 feet behind us."
You've never been chased by an Imperial warship into the long dark, have you?
No, I haven't. They usually just steer clear, in my experience.
She nods and kind of glances over in the direction of Brawlkid and just says, "Well, I don't know about that one, but I've seen some of their ships. They have large devices on the deck, projecting beams of light that actually penetrate the darkness. Not, you know, not necessarily as reliable as our navigation down below, but still, if they pop in and they manage to get a beat on us, that could be a problem." So, and she's gonna swing it to one side, and you hear her calling out different commands to the crew in a variety of languages, just kind of, you know, saying a variety of different things that don't make as much sense to you guys, as you're not really used to being on a ship where the captain talks in like 6 different languages at once. But yeah. Halda? Yeah, Halda. Do you try and fish for more compliments on herself, or just she leaves it?
Well, Holly's pretty concerned right now with her hair, so she's just been you just been hearing her mutter like her prestidigitation spells as she tries to dry out the salt water from her hair.
Fantastic. All right.
And she is so curious about the dark. She's watching everything the crew is doing. She's been fascinated by the whole journey.
Indeed. How about Radon? What's kind of his initial response as you enter into this darkness? And what you can see, like, as you enter in, kind of, I guess, to give him something that he can react to, as you enter in, the darkness is almost oppressive. Well, for some of you, it is more welcoming, as you know that this brings safety. But the light around, like, it's just instantly from day to the darkest night you've ever experienced. Hulda, somewhat familiar with this kind of darkness, as you grew up. You grew up underground. Well, or in mountains, right? You grew up without seeing the sun. Unlike that, however, there are wisps of darkness that are dancing like mist on the edge of any light source. You can kind of see the light projects out from the ship as far as it would go from the lanterns, and it's almost like the mist itself. That pervasive darkness is alive and existent, just kind of coiled around the edge of the ship. Yeah. Radon, first time in a situation like this, how does he kind of react to getting back or getting into this kind of place? Radon.
Oh, he fucking did.
He dies. That's what happens to him.
It's just so dark, he just goes to sleep.
Goes to sleep.
Like hibernation. Yeah.
Perhaps he muted himself. I don't know. Oh yeah, he's muted. He's muted right now. Radon, you're muted. We'll come back to you. Art.
Yeah. So Art's probably just like hands crossed, like she's alert, no doubt, but she does seem more at ease. She's just looking around. Her enhanced dark vision, not really doing much.
Yeah. What she finds, like, like, it's not even dark vision. That, like, devil's sight, you just see normally. It's like normal vision.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see a good 120 feet, and it's like you're looking out over water, and it just ends. Yep. Like, it's just this abrupt end after 120 feet. Just like it's like regular light for you, and then nothing. Like, okay,
yeah,
very exciting. What you would probably see, though, with your vision, beyond the edge of the light, like where the light itself kind of would end, and where everybody else sees like this roiling darkness, what you see is beyond that base light level is just kind of, it's almost like the air is constantly moving. You see through it, but it's like there's like a subtle fog. Like very, very light and just almost alive, constantly undulating and shifting, dancing through your vision. It's going to take some getting used to, and it probably has taken some getting used to every time you come in here. This is very strange.
I just
Taken
you can see that, like, actually, can you see? There's a slight chill that goes down Art's back.
Yeah.
Just goes always creepy the more I look at it. And she's just going to probably head down.
go below decks.
Yeah.
Brawlkin getting back into the safety of the darkness. Just sigh of relief.
And then from the bottom of the stairs, sorry, I will scream. If anyone's weirded out, trust me, below decks is a lot better. Can't see much down there anyways.
Amazing.
Who's weirded out? This is amazing. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna ping Raid on your mute. Okay. Halda, do you once you get your hair fixed, are you just kind of leaning over the rail, looking at the darkness?
Yes, she's trying to see up ahead, even though she can't. She's, she thinks she could probably see something if she looks hard enough. Or
Yeah.
just look around and watch what the crew is doing. She's been paying close attention to how the crew is sailing the ship for the last week and is just interested by, learning kind of what they're doing. Maybe she's practicing her knots.
Practicing or not.
She's learned in the last week trying to tie these knots these crew know how to tie.
Yeah, you'd see up in the rigging, there's like some goblins up in the rigging. There's some humans and elves moving around on deck, kind of shifting ropes back and forth or retying onto stuff. You can see that there's kobolds now that you've entered into the now that you've entered into the long dark. Those dark vision sensitive crew, like kobolds, a number of them scamper on deck and are kind of going over, checking on the ballista. A pair of them run between your legs, Halda. One of them falls on his face and scrambles out, and the other one rolls. She's probably not used to seeing, like, kobolds and goblins in a friendly sense.
Probably not.
Yeah, has likely had to deal with them in the underground before. But yeah, they're just kind of... The goblins and the kobolds seem to be much more chaotic crew members. But also, they seem to be decently reliable. If interesting, the kobolds tend to be powder monkeys, it seems. Dealing with the cannons and the gunpowder, which, is that a good idea? Who knows?
All right.
But yeah. Halda, go ahead and make a perception check, though. As you do happen to be looking over there. Now, Art, you kind of head down into the lower decks, and you've been... Lower decks. You've been down here before. Where the main bunks are. There's a lower hold beyond this. Where the kitchen, like the galley, would be. You're probably also familiar where you guys have all been holed up and put as your room would be right under the stern castle. So that's on the main deck. But yeah, 13 for Halda. Yes. I think.
That's right, 13.
13. Okay. Halda, as you're kind of leaning over, looking as you do. Just hear dark out of nowhere. As you're looking as you do, you actually see a point of light. Which is odd. Like ahead, not behind you, ahead of you. Just kind of like a point of light, just bobbing.
I didn't even see the ship.
Captain Eliana? Captain?
Yes?
Is that supposed to be there? She'll point to the point of light.
Fuck? Yeah. Brawlkin, Radon, if you guys look over the edge, you can see there looks like there's like a drifting point of light in the water.
Would I know what it is?
A bit of light. No.
Okay.
Like off the top of your head, you're not sure, but you can both make perception checks as well if you like. Art, you're hearing some kind of commotion up on deck.
I'll slowly head out
Slowly.
upon hearing the commotion. Yeah, just take my time.
Indeed.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
In regards to things that may or may not happen. Do we at least short rest? Like, what's the time frame? Is this like, has it been just like boom boom from?
Yeah, it's been
our,
boom
like,
boom. Nothing's
encounter?
happened.
Okay, cool. Like, not even enough time for a short rest.
No.
Okay.
Like you literally
25
just
for
entered in, and
perception.
it's probably been like a 25 for perception. Wow. It's probably been like maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. Just yeah. Okay, sounds good.
All right. Everyone can see the map, by the way, right?
I can, yeah.
Now I can.
Perfect. I know one person who can't, and that's expected.
I see only darkness.
That sounds edgy.
I see dead people.
See dead people.
I see a ship at the top and then just a big black box underneath the ship. So maybe you just need to
Perfect.
scroll up.
No, that's perfect. Oh no, he doesn't need to scroll up. He's not supposed to see anything right now.
Right.
Okay. Well then. And Art, if you'd like, you can make a perception check as well.
Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Oh, oops, sorry. That was. I'll put it to public. That was.
Oh, 19. Also, I'm not sure what happened to Radon. He muted and disappeared. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Anyways, looking off the edge of the ship, Halda, you're not sure what it is, but you kind of call out, and you hear Aliana just yelling out to some of the crew. They're scrambling around. Some are looking down from above. You hear like somebody calls out in Goblinoid something back. But yeah, Bralkin and Art looking over in that direction. Like Art, it's beyond your 120 feet range, and you just see like a point of light moving closer, kind of just beyond that. It's almost like it's flickering or wavering, like the light of like the darkness, the oppressive darkness is actually physically between you and it, almost like choking it. But it seems to be getting a little bit stronger. And just as it moves a little closer, Brolkin and Art, you begin to make out the general shape of what looks like a small vessel. And as it moves a little bit closer, Art, you get a bit of a better view of it as it enters your 120 feet. And you can see this small ship. Looks like a ship's boat. Probably not much bigger than the kind of rowboats that you'd have on the side of your vessel, of which you only really have
First,
what?
I also have 120 vision.
You also have 120 from a warlock?
Not a warlock.
Oh right, you have no. They don't have dark vision. They have 120 of perfect sight. You got 120 of dark vision.
All right.
Yeah. Now it is going to be coming into your dim light sense as well, which will be bright, which in this case would be like normal light to you, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to see this ship. You both see this little ship. There's only one, by the way. Like on your vessel, I know you see two there, but that's because I can't strip it off the map. There's only one. But this other one, it's about the size of your second, almost. A little bit bigger. Has a single step-down mast, like lateen sail, like very small sailing ship. Like basically something that could be manned by just a few people or even one person. And kind of behind the mast, you see a dragonborn. Yamamoto, go ahead and describe what kind of creature that these guys would see and what kind of creature the others will spot when he gets closer.
All right. They can see a very tall, although probably hard to make out exact proportions from that distance, golden scaled dragonborn. He is dressed just in fairly plain clothes, but there's something odd about the cut and style of them that doesn't quite fit with the general kind of stuff you'd see in the Empire. You can just probably make out from that distance he has a sword at his side and a bow strapped to his back, and he is very surprised to see a ship in front of him.
Yeah. And Yama, what you see is indeed a this is a familiar looking ship, and you've seen the light for a little bit farther. Like, it's projecting more light. More light penetrates further within this kind of area. And you've seen this thing approaching as you realize what it is. And yeah, the ship kind of pulls up, and your captain just is like, the hell? Like, what is it? As Art and Bralkin, you're the two who would see it at the moment.
It's a ship.
It's a boat.
Yeah, or a boat. Sorry.
A boat. That is so fucking
No,
helpful. About how...
There's only one person on it, right? That we can make
Yeah,
out.
there's only one person on board, and it's very small. Like, it's about the
Almost
size
the size of a dinghy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah.
It's almost the size of a dinghy. There's only one person on it.
And they look like...
Dragonborn.
Hey, Radon's back.
Yeah, sorry, I had to deal with something. Someone came up and I forgot to type BRB.
Yeah, we were like... Oh,
And
yeah.
no, it wasn't the police, so don't even ask.
Yes, that's a story for another time. Yes. But anyways, yeah, it's a Dragonborn. What? And Bralkin, you recognize this Dragonborn.
I swear to God, if this is who I fucking think it is.
I just kind of my head just jolt at you. You know this guy?
Yeah.
I'll whisper
Yeah,
to
shoot
you,
him.
"Who do you think it is?"
Well,
Do I need to
obviously
shoot
you
him?
can't see.
Yeah, Radon right now, go ahead and roll a perception check. That's what we were asking about before, of, you know, what does each person see? Because Halda, you don't see this little ship yet. You're just like, I see the bobbing light. Yeah. Radon, you
I'm
see
just
like a
straining.
bobbing light. Yeah, you're straining.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to see over the rail. I understand.
Yeah. Oh no!
I'll kind of like grab you by like the bottom of your shirt and lift you onto the rail.
Don't push me over.
Any thanks?
Gives him a slight push.
Don't worry, I will just fly if I get pushed.
Yeah, you would not
You
want to
have
fall.
flying-
You would not want to fall overboard if you didn't have any kind of flight in the dark like this. So I've seen.
I eat fish food.
I saw a video of somebody who jumped overboard of a cruise ship in the middle of the night. They didn't find them. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but Yamamoto, do you like the ship is definitely steering towards you, and from your distance you can't see too much. Although the way the light is, you'd actually start to see there's silhouettes because you're seeing silhouettes framed by the light, kind of shadows on deck. You know, one of the silhouettes is kind of vaguely familiar.
I walk down to. I think there's ropes here, right?
Yeah,
And
that's up. Yeah. Up to this.
Up. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've probably already summoned my greatsword. There's like as it impacts into the floorboards, and I just go. If you know this guy, is he friendly?
God only knows now.
I'm like steering my boat so that it comes alongside.
Yep. Meanwhile, the captain who's back there, she comes over, and you look back, and there's you know, two kobolds with a goblin standing on their shoulders at the helm right now.
What?
Falcon's just gonna turn back to her. Yaml.
It's like, well, why didn't somebody fucking say that? What the fuck? Nobody know how to
Like,
communicate
it's
over here,
there,
and then
I'm
she starts cursing in Dwarvish.
After hearing this, I just throw the rope over.
Yep, she leans over. Okay. Well, Yamo, you see a kind of rope comes down to your boat, meaning you could easily tie it off and it, just kind of get towed alongside the ship.
Oh, sure. If the rope's thrown to me, I'll take it. But I'll like call up, Aliana, is that you?
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
Running?
Oh,
What are you doing?
rewards.
Away
running.
from. Okay, well, you probably don't want to go that way. And she points back the way that your ship just came from.
Can we talk once I'm up on deck? It's a little awkward to hold a conversation over this distance.
Why the fuck are you still down there? I swear to fucking God.
It takes a while to tie a boat, Aliana. You should know that.
She's walked away. just as friendly as you remember her.
Yep.
Walks away, starts saying things and alternating. Sounds like alternations of old Draconic, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and Goblinoid. What languages do you know, Helda?
Let's see. I know my languages. Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Undercommon.
Okay, so you understand like half of the things she said.
Is it good?
It's cursing. It's more cursing.
All right. I'm gonna sidle over to Brawken and say, who is this guy? What's the deal? Is it mad?
He used to be one of the founders of where we're headed, and he kind of lost it, but regained it. I don't
Lost
know.
it? Lost what? Is he kind of a big deal?
He used to be a chief, basically head warrior at Haven, but he made this stupid fucking deal. So we fought someone, and it was a fight to the death, and whoever won, I don't really remember the nitty gritty.
About
But
then,
anyways.
meanwhile, Yamo, you've like climbed up by Art. And the girls are having a conversation over there, and well, those two are having a conversation over there. And Art, you're here with this guy. He's climbed up over on deck.
Girl
Yeah,
pop.
I offer Yama a hand. I don't know if he takes it or not.
Yep, I take his hand as I like step up onto the deck.
Yeah. And as you do, I say in Draconic, you either must be very good or very dumb. I'm no slouch. I'm no slouch on the waters, but to be running away in that, must
I'm not
be very
running
either
away.
good or very dumb.
I'm not running away. I'm running
Okay.
towards.
Nice.
Hmm. She kind of just
Anyways,
nods.
he
Art, you've probably never seen a Dragonborn before. Actually,
Oh.
none of you would have except for Brolgan.
I know, Leon.
Which is why I thought it'd be a good time to bust out the Draconic. It's heavily accented, by the way.
It's also Old Draconic. So Yamo, it seems like Draconian isn't really a known language over here. Just
Yeah, I kind of
just
gathered
Old
that
Draconic. Yeah. Fortunately, you know both, hey? But yeah. Anyways, Radon, you're much smaller than this Dragonborn who's come on board. How tall is Yamo?
Yamo is 6'7".
Yeah. And then Art's
Oh.
what?
6'2".
6'2". And then Radon, how big are you? Oh, he's silent again. No, Radon. Oh, Radon.
It is the police this time.
It is the police this
Oh
time.
no.
Oh no.
Here, meowing.
Just a phone
It's my
call.
cat.
If I hear meowing, it's your cat.
Four girls and
Oh, okay.
not fixed yet. I'll change that.
Aliana goes over and she starts calling like in multiple languages to different crew, and you see like a few humans and a hobgoblin run over and start rappelling down to the boat as others are preparing like the David on the other side, looking like they're getting ready to like haul the thing up.
Aliana, I am still going to want that back.
Yeah, it's my fucking boat.
What do you mean it's my fucking boat? This is my fucking boat.
That one? And she points at the one that's going down there. Like, that's in the
No,
water.
this one, and I point down at the deck that we're standing on.
I mean, you kind of gave it up.
I did not give it up. I gave you temporary captainship of it.
And how did that go for you?
Right,
We're
but
not
then you
talking
got
about that
yourself
right now.
killed, so
Self-kill.
Oh, Rolkin.
don't forget about that.
She's like, yeah, you two might want to talk. I, meanwhile, have a ship to run, and she stalks off yelling something in other languages, and she goes down below decks.
Holly's just staring wide-eyed, watching this exchange like a tennis. That's like, dun, dun, dun.
Radon looks so confused. It's like, okay, then. Continues to do his little thing.
Yep. But yeah, Yamo, you're back on the ship.
Good to see you, Brolkin.
Yeah, likewise, and I just turn away.
Damn. The tension is palpable. I'll just
Oh, that makes me really
I'll just
uncomfortable.
I'll just Homer Simpson away.
I
Just
will.
disappear into the shrubs.
I will like smooth my hair once more and just walk right up and stick my hand out and say, "Hi, I'm Holly."
He like looks at your hand, kind of a little stunned for a moment, then takes it and shakes it. His hand probably significantly larger than yours.
Probably.
Yamamoto Tsunetomo. A pleasure. And he gives like a small bow.
Pleasure to meet you.
For a moment, I heard lizard to meet you.
Even better.
Lizard to meet you. That's the slang. All the kids are talking like that.
Lizard to meet you. And then,
This is
and
so
then you lick.
lizard.
This is so lizard, and then you lick the air. You stick out your tongue and taste the air. Anyways, continue.
I'm not really here to join you on whatever you're doing. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Oh, well,
Right.
I guess everything's fine, but you weren't. I thought you maybe needed some help. Seems like you needed some help.
Help? No, I'm perfectly fine. Why did I look like I needed help?
Just, the lone small boat in the water. Don't know if you were navigating towards something, but seems like. Anyway,
Oh, yes,
none of
I had
this
this.
is-
I like hold out. He has like a compass in his hand.
Okay. Well, great. All right.
Are you headed to
Just
Haven
stand
then?
there awkwardly. What?
Are you headed to Haven?
Oh yes, I am. We all are. I'm pretty sure we all are.
And that's probably a moment where you all realize that while you've all come onto this crew kind of at random different times, you haven't really interacted with each other specifically. I mean, the thing is, you're each rather interesting individuals, but you kind of fit in because the whole crew is a mishmash of all kinds of fucking races. So you fit in the sense of you all kind of look like somebody else on the crew and may have even assumed, oh yes, all these other people, they're just part of the ship, part of the crew. And realizing, okay, these are kind of more unique individuals than just rank and file. But yeah, probably haven't even introduced each other yet, other than like, oh, the very beginning, like the captain had called you all over last, outside, and it's like, all of you guys need you to go do this, and it's like, oh, why are they selecting these other people?
It could be like that.
Yeah. Sometimes. But yeah, now is kind of the moment of like, oh yeah, Alda's admitted to like, oh yeah, I'm going to Haven. Well, what a coincidence. Art and Radon, you were heading, well, you might not know that you were going to a place called Haven, but you were going somewhere.
Yep. I just found a ship leaving, decided to hop on.
Well, and does that mean that you Well, Brolkin said that maybe like you already knew Haven.
To
To be
And
the chief of it.
well, I wasn't gonna say that.
I wasn't the chief
You know,
of.
You're the head honcho of
Familiar.
the military.
I was not the head honcho. I was part of a group of people who founded the settlement.
cool.
My point exactly. Basically what I just said, but you're more of the fighter one.
Like you can kind of tell, like as much as you can through a Dragonborn expression, that he's like kind of a little bashful about what he's saying.
Oh, Holly's just smiling and nodding.
But
Well-
yes, that was a lifetime ago, really.
As you
two
say that, one of
lifetimes ago.
the half elves who's walking by kind of sorted his hip. It's like, "Oh, good to see you again, General," and gives like a half salute, and then goes about their goes about their
Yeah,
duties.
I'm not general anymore.
They're not even
you.
there
Vulcan's
anymore.
just gonna point,
Hmm.
kind of like the hand, the side type of deal, and like, see, too bad somebody fucking died and ruined it for himself. Fucking dumbass.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go downstairs.
Oh,
Obviously, Yamo left a bad taste in her mouth. A very bad taste.
That sounds weird.
I'll just turn back to Yama and say, "Well, it's my first time in Haven. Any tips?"
Oh, well, I don't really know. Don't start any fights with anyone. There's a lot of people from different places there, just everyone's trying to get along in their own way. Don't, start a scene, I suppose.
That makes sense.
If a goblin offers you a chance to draw from a deck, say no.
Oh, yeah, goblins generally. Yeah.
I don't think he has it anymore, but they might have given it back to him.
Okay.
If you see a goblin wizard, be careful.
Brolkin's down below decks calling up.
You're below deck.
Screaming, yeah.
I'm still in this
You
conversation.
hear boom, boom, boom from underneath the floorboard and just screaming.
I mean, there is the there are like the grates, like the cargo grates, the grills that would lead to the lower deck. I mean, if Brolkin's literally standing underneath them,
There's
Bro.
probably like a hammock around there,
Yeah.
and she's just laying in it.
As she's screaming, I
Well,
kind of
then
like
what
look
is the
down.
point
Like,
of walking away if you're just going to eavesdrop on the conversation?
just look at you.
I'll fight you and ruin your honor again. Shut up.
Okay, smiling and nodding still.
now one thing Yamo
You're a
that
from art. You're a little snicker.
yeah, one thing Yamo that you'd probably notice is it kind of like you might have noticed this because you're like you fought alongside Brolkin before, and you kind of know what she looks like after a fight. It's like it kind of looks like she'd been in a scrap. Halda over here looks like she's been fixing her hair, but might be a little bit roughed up.
Also,
And Art though,
I mean, I've been shot several times, so
Yeah.
it's probably obvious.
yeah, you
Art
you
looks like-
get shot at.
He's close to death.
Art's probably
No,
standing
okay.
there, like maybe there's like some blood on her face. Probably not all hers, but it's you kind of like Yamo as you're looking around. It's like it kind of looks like these people got in a scrap. The ship looks fine, but these people, it looks like something happened.
Eliana said you were running away from something. Are you all in trouble with someone?
Oh, I think we're trouble generally for the Emperor. Got some magic users going on here, so
Ah, yes, I gather he's not a fan of that.
I've gathered that too. So yeah, just hoping to.
But
Find
I meant
out.
more in the immediate sort of sense.
Oh yeah, there were two ships actually. A big one and a small one, and well, hopefully they're not still chasing us. But yeah, we had kind of a scrap. with the smaller ship, and there were
Well, sounds like you managed to make your getaway fairly well, though. You're
Let's
clearly
hope.
capable. I can see the Weeping Willow.
Widow.
Found itself a fine crew.
There's the rest of the normal
Praise-
fucking crew around.
Praise from an authority figure. Hully is over the moon.
Oh, yeah. You can see coming back on deck is once more the captain, or the current captain, or the acting captain. Like, what's the dynamic here? Because apparently Yamamoto was a captain at some point. No, it's not really been made very clear, has it? She comes back on deck and just goes straight to the helm and is calling out and basically asking of the crew if there's been any sightings, anything. And following behind her is something that's familiar to you, Yamo, and very new. Well, not new. The rest of you would have seen this creature on the ship. A really big wolf. Now, normally wolves are like the size of a person. This one's a little bit bigger, not large size, but still like it's a big wolf. Just following her happily along like a giant puppy.
Aww.
But yeah, you've probably seen that wolf on board before. Don't know if you would have asked questions, but Yamo, you recognize it. There might even be a pang when she's like, it's like, Powder, get off me. It's following her. You remember that nickname, don't you?
I remember Powder.
But yeah, goes over and she kind of glances in the direction of you guys, and as she continues talking, comes back over in your direction. Wolf just keeps following her. It's like, well, I think we're out of the woods for the moment, but she looks over at the ship that's been hoisted up by this point, and you guys have just been sailing. He's like, I really wouldn't recommend leaving that way. We did kind of leave 2 very angry warships behind us.
Yes, I had just heard that. I suppose it might not be the worst thing to get a little bit out of their way.
It's been, what, almost 2 months?
Possibly. Kind of hard to keep track of time here.
It's like, well, some things have changed. I don't think it'll be a problem if you're coming back. You know, as long as you don't get involved.
I can assure you I have absolutely no intention of getting involved in anything.
Yeah.
I'm not
neither.
really intending to go back as such, just avoiding Imperial ships would be preferred.
Well, I don't know when we're heading out again, but we're heading back to Haven, because...
What were you doing out in the first place?
Scouting? Supplies?
Scouting.
Yeah.
Empire still where it was? Hasn't gone anywhere?
She rolls her eyes. You can make an insight check.
Yeah, I'll let him make an insight check.
Okay. There's probably more to it than that. But, yeah. Like, obviously, like, there's... Like, to you, it's like, okay, there's more that she's not saying. But you don't know what it is.
Eliana,
Yeah?
we've worked together a long time,
Uh-huh.
and I know that you're not telling me something. If nothing else, I can't imagine you'd get Brolkin to stay around this long if you weren't up to something dangerous.
Brolkin? And she volunteered to come out.
My
Would
point
Art-
exactly.
Would Art know what he's referring to? Because I feel like I would have kept up with
You
being
don't...
a criminal.
Yeah, being a criminal. You don't know exactly why, like... If there's any... Actually, I don't know if any of you would have bothered to ask, oh, what were you doing out here? Trying to think of... I feel like Holly wouldn't have asked before.
Asked Yama what he was doing out here.
No. Asked Aliana what she was doing, like, outside of the long dark sailing around.
She might have been spying on people throughout the week, though, like using
Yeah.
her arcane eye and stuff, just watching, seeing what she could glean.
Watching, dropping some eaves.
I mean, it would be like her goal is But she doesn't walk into a room without knowing who's in there, so.
Yeah. But yeah, from what you guys have gathered before, like, oh yeah, she's said that she was out here, collecting supplies and information. That's the only information that's been given to anyone in particular. Though Art, you do find it rather interesting, like, what happened with your situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, how, like, you were there and then just, oh, okay, there, that all worked out. All right. But yeah, as Yamo, you say that, she's like,
I was sorry. I was more referring to like recent going ons in the
Yeah.
Empire, like as what Yama was.
oh, recent going ons in the Empire.
Yeah, like as what Yama
Oh,
was asking.
he was being like just sarcastic when she said she was scouting.
Oh, okay.
Although, if Art didn't gather that she was being sarcastic, or that he was being sarcastic, yeah. As for recent goings on in the Empire, Art, a lot of same old. Actually, what's your? Yeah, you've been spending a lot of time at sea, so you wouldn't have a lot of news from like land, like not too much. Yeah, you'd probably actually. There might be a little bit. I'll send you a message. There might be a little bit of kind of self knowledge. But yeah, Aliana is just like, I knew I needed to.
You knew you needed to.
Yes.
Well, none of my business. I'm just getting out of the way of the Empire, and then I'll be away as soon as I can.
Why'd
Have nothing more to do with it.
Why'd you leave the island? Like, I mean, I guess you just decided it was time. Like, you picked a really good fucking time, apparently.
Something like that, yes. Just felt like I'd been away long enough.
Huh. I'm just heading for the mainland. All right then. Well, it looks like you're coming back to Haven with us, at least for the moment.
Is it really necessary for me to come the entire way? You couldn't, go a little bit out the way, drop me off, get me just outside the Long Dark so I can navigate easier.
She blinks at you and just, do you remember how the make hole works, or were you just not paying attention?
It wasn't really my thing.
Right. Okay.
And he kind of glances at the wolf as he says that.
Yeah, she pointedly doesn't. She's like, well, your compass works if you're pointed north, but if there's something between you and your destination, well, then you're fucked. And I can only go one very specific way, and if I deviate from that very one specific way, we could crash, or we could be fine, or we could just be completely lost and have no idea where to go. So, no. I cannot do that.
Fine. Back to Haven it is.
She gives a nod and then just, it's like, now, anybody needs anything, I will be there. And she goes back over to the helm, and like, you hear her saying something in Draconic and Goblinoid and chasing off the three who she obviously assigned the helm to. They scatter in three different directions now. Halda and Art. Halda, she said something Makel. You have no idea what the fuck that means. Art, you probably have heard the term but don't know what it is beyond some kind of navigational tool. Radon, you have heard of these. In fact, as an artificer, you've probably helped build one before. And a Makel, in particular, is basically, it's kind of like a very advanced compass. Very advanced, like, like magnetic compass. And the Mako itself is a spherical globe-like object that, almost like a combination of a GPS and a compass, it magnetically and mechanically can, if you program it, like if you basically set, this is where I am right now on this thing, it will rotate and show you exactly where you are within a particular coordinate system, kind of like longitude and latitude. These devices are used almost exclusively for, like, they're very expensive to make, and they are used almost exclusively for ships traveling within or through the long dark, as if you have a very specific set of coordinates, you can follow those coordinates. And there's the thing, in the long dark, you can't see anything, right? Like, you can't tell, you can't navigate by, looking at the stars. You can't navigate by looking for land at all. There's no stars. There's no visible land. Like, the furthest you can see, even if you had, like, some kind of focused beam, maybe that'll go out for a few hundred feet, right? But you're not going to see for miles. But these Makols, if you have a set of coordinates, getting a set of coordinates is another matter, but if you have a set of coordinates of a coordinate path, you can go from point A to point B, and as long as you do not deviate from that path, you can be fairly certain that you're not going to run into anything. This is a safe path to go. So from what Radon would understand, this ship obviously, like, would have to be, it's obviously equipped with a Makol, and Aliana is following a very specific set of coordinates to get from where you guys entered over to Haven. What this also means is, where the party entered the Long Dark, like the exact point that they entered, they had to enter from there, or they would have no idea where they were. But yeah, that's what you would know as an artificer.
Well, we'll say I heard that word and I immediately turned to Yama and just asked about it, and
Yeah.
maybe got that explanation.
Yep, I pretty much explained that in probably slightly broader terms, but
It's like a thing that it's like a really good compass. I can imagine Yamo actually saying it's like a really good compass.
like a very good compass, but you have to follow very specific paths, so...
Radon could probably explain it better.
Yeah, right on would probably help explain it.
Would he explain it in like how an academic
he
would
would totally
explain
go-
something in highbrow?
Oh yeah, he definitely would have done it like a geeky tech style.
Well,
And Holly's here for all of it.
Difficult to
Like,
understand it.
mental note.
yeah.
Mental note. Talk to Radon
Yeah.
more about this stuff.
Art, you're
Ours
probably
eyes
like,
kind of widen.
yeah.
Well, yeah. After hearing this, and then I just go like, wait, hold on. Aren't the entrances really dangerous then? If they're so consistent, you have to follow this one path. How are you certain that where we entered last time, there isn't going to be, I don't know, a fleet waiting for us?
You
well,
don't-
I think that's why you encountered the fleet where you did.
Makes sense.
There's the other thing is, if you don't know what somebody else's path is, like, sure, let's say you plotted another path. Let's say you somehow had a way of navigating without using one of these. You plot a new path, and then you use those new coordinates, right? Like your own secret path.
Yeah.
That'd work. Yeah. But yeah, that is a danger.
With this information in hand, Holly's going to excuse herself and say, "Oh, just give me a minute." And she's going to go back downstairs to her stuff, and she's going to perform an augury ritual.
Okay. You head down to the next deck, and you probably see Brolkin, who's most likely fashioned a hammock in here so that she can just eavesdrop on whatever's happening up on deck. What would Brolkin be doing down here at the moment? Just laying there? Brolkin?
forgot I was muted because I was eating
Oh,
popcorn.
that'll do it.
But I should probably tuck down one of the other ones and move it to like a kind of more private, quote unquote private place, which is like right under the grates
Yeah.
to like listen in. Make sure Yamo's not trying to make himself look better than what he used to, or try to paint himself in a better light.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
There's some bad blood.
Maybe just a little bit. But yeah,
Oh,
Hulda.
no.
About the way he went about it.
Yeah. You get down there, you can definitely, if you want to head to where your bunk is, though, that would have been actually through these doors.
Okay, so I'll head down to my bunk.
Okay. So you enter through these doors.
I look weird on stream. Yelled at by a little girl.
Well, that'll do it.
Art'll approach Yama, and first question would be, so you say you're running towards something, right?
Yes. I think that's a good way of putting it.
Or her arms are kind of crossed. Mind me asking what?
A lot of things. Mostly my people. Suppose you could say destiny in a way. I heard that, Brolkin.
The snicker.
That is out of character.
Yeah.
All right, back.
Art kind of breaks into a grin and offers her arm again as like a sort of handshake. And yeah.
He takes it.
Or not a handshake, more of like you know, like the bromance.
Yeah, like the
grab.
warrior arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The warrior.
He gets
And then
it. He
as you
does
take it, she says, as someone who's running towards her own destiny, I think we'll get along just fine. Name's Art, by the way.
Art. Well, Yamamoto Tsunotomo, I believe you already heard.
I'm just gonna call you Yama if that's okay.
That's fine. Everyone does.
As most people do.
And after that, she's going to. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, and she's going to.
Go into the room.
Yeah.
A well-deserved.
Yamamoto just kind of mutters under his breath. Oh, they get the officers' quarters. Aliana must think highly of them.
Either that, or where else are you putting the passengers? Although he could always ask. But yeah. So Art goes in there. Radon, do you just stand around on deck, or what are you doing?
Right on, go downstairs to fiddle with his alchemy equipment.
Okay. So he heads down. All right. Well, Hulda, you kind of head into the room here. You pull out your stuff and start your augury ritual. At some point, Art comes in and plops down in a hammock, I assume.
Yeah, chair. Oh.
That makes me kind of nervous. I'm not that accustomed to performing rituals in front of people, but I'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you take a moment to glance, you realize that she's giving you your privacy. Like she has her head looking away from you.
All right,
If
that's
like
good.
the opposite way, like you know.
Particularly looking.
Yeah.
It's like looking up under the elbow.
What you doing? Okay. Hulda, I'd say, the next, the normal casting time for augury, is it just an action normally? This is 10 minutes plus however. Oh, 1 minute. Okay. So 11 minutes later. 11 minutes later, you'll
Right.
complete it. In those 11 minutes, is anybody else doing, like, something specific, or are you just kind of doing your own things?
Passing out.
Passing out.
Oh
Your
yeah.
own
Hey.
thing.
You're beginning a short rest.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the way the day was, like, getting longer in the day, you might even be getting started for your long rest. Okay. Hulda. The spell completes. And yeah, as this particular spell completes, you are able to receive an omen about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Well, the question I was going to ask is the ship following us through the long dark? And I might have to actually cast divination instead for that. But
Possibly.
because Hulda had assumed that once we were in the long dark that we couldn't be followed, and getting this information about the May call, like, wait a minute, we have to follow a certain path.
Yeah.
So she's putting that together, be like, and what if they knew that path? What if they're following that path? Like, I thought we were in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to find out, are they following us in the long dark?
Well, for augury, it'd probably be a... because augury is the result of a specific course of action that you take within the next 30 minutes. So if it's something like, I plan to stay on this ship, then if you augury and you get, whoa, oh, something bad's going to happen if I stay on this ship, where else am I going to go? You know?
Right.
That kind of thing. So that would be a good example of like how you could use augury for that. The more powerful one, divination, I'd say you probably do have, you most likely have enough divination supplies for, because it would be hard to get them, but you would have had some. I'd say you have, let's just get a roll of dice.
I have some incense.
Yeah, because it's 25 gold worth of incense and a sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion. Like, I'd say in this case, sacrificial offering appropriate to the being that you're contacting, together with at least 25 gold, which spell is consumed. I'd say, rolling a dice, you have enough for 4 castings of that before you run out of your supplies.
Okay.
So this is now reducing it to 3 castings if you want to use it as well. But does she want to start with augury and then maybe divination after, or?
Well, we'll start with divination.
Okay,
we'll
just
go with divination.
Go big, go home. All right. So instead, divination, that went 10 minutes and 6 seconds later. Your magic and an offering put you in contact with the god or god's servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So what does she ask?
Following our path.
I think you cut out because all I got was following our path.
Oh, yeah. As we proceed through the long dark, is the Emperor's ship following our path?
Okay.
I also have a question while you're thinking of the answer. Is she saying this out loud, or is this more of a mental thing?
Well, it's a voice.
For the confines of the...
Yeah, it would be... What you would hear is you'd hear the vocal components of the... like the chanting and that kind of thing of the casting of the spell itself ritually, so you know she's casting a ritual.
No, but do I hear the does she say her ask, or is it more of a mental question?
At the end, it says they put you in contact, you ask a question. I'd say it's probably verbal.
Verbal, okay.
And I can phrase the question, I think, a little bit better to according to the spell's description. I could say, within the next 7 days, is the Empire ship going to catch up to us?
Okay.
Going to spot us? Are we going to encounter the ship again?
All right. Let's see here. So she says that out loud. So Art, you hear her say that out loud after her chanting and everything. Now, the response that you get back, which just comes back into your mind, you would get back hunted you may be, you go where they won't follow.
Oh, Ellie just collapses onto her bunk, just being like, I need a rest.
As you get that
You hear
message
Art
headed.
chuckling a little from her thing.
Now, Halda, one thing I would say is you could have asked that question whatever language you want, like any language that you know.
But that's true.
I would have probably asked in Dwarvish.
I would understand.
Yeah, but you're not there.
Yeah, Bralka's not even
Nope.
paying attention.
I don't understand Dwarvish, so
Yeah,
I guess I don't chuckle.
I don't chuckle. Well, you might chuckle because she probably says the "I need a break" in comment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm also a good passenger. I'll sit there for a few minutes and just breathe in and out and feel better. But then I'll walk back up to the deck and just see if I can get the captain's attention.
Okay.
Okay. Eliana?
You head over and just like, yeah.
Just as a FYI, I just did a brief divination, and it doesn't seem like we are being followed by the Empire ship. I thought you'd want to know that.
That's fucking wonderful. And then she says that in Dwarvish. Like, and the interesting thing is, anytime she switches languages, it doesn't seem like she's doing it like intentionally. It's almost like someone who they don't have one first language and they just speak in multiple languages and it was whatever seems right at the time.
Cool.
Like her accent, it's like she sounds like Hill Dwarf. Like the accent sounds like Hill Dwarf an accent. Like when she speaks Dwarvish specifically.
Speaking Comish.
Speaking
There's like a mixture of common Dwarvish.
Comish. Yeah.
I think that's just called common.
All right, well, she'll just back up and say, just to let you know, okay, scurry back down.
You kind of it's like you it kind of probably causing you to pause when she says that. I imagine.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
Do you ever hear voices?
Not unless I want to.
Yeah. I mean, when you're like visions, dreams, I guess.
Sometimes this line of questioning makes her uncomfortable because she is, as much as she respects the captain, she's like, I don't want to talk about this.
Like, huh. And then she looks at Hulda. When you do it, you ask questions of what?
Just some powerful entities in the universe. Different people. I don't know if they're people even. But,
I do.
there's a lot out there.
Yeah. She kind of gets this faraway look, and then just kind of, you notice her glance over her shoulder, like the back in the general direction that you come from, and then just kind of ahead, and then looks back to you. Well, thanks. I appreciate it for what it's worth.
Oh, you're so welcome. No worries.
Hulda gets her praise.
Yes. Praise from an authority figure. Yes.
Okay. You head off.
I head back down to my bunk.
All right. You head back into your bunk. Okay. So Art and Halda are both starting their rest. Bralkin, I believe, is as well. Radon's tinkering with his stuff. Is he gonna go to sleep soon as well, or?
Oh yeah, after he gets done with what I sent you, he's going to sleep.
Yeah. And Yamo.
Yemo will find a corner where no one's going to notice him.
Okay. And then just
And he's gonna sit there, I guess. He doesn't know quite what to do. This wasn't in his plan for the day.
Wasn't in his plan for the day. And I mean, it is, like, he was probably getting a little bit more tired, because it is closing on evening. His plan
He'll
was
take
probably...
your word for it. He doesn't know what time it is.
That's true. Actually, yeah. Oh, that is the other thing that I'll...
His sleep cycle is probably as messed up as mine is.
Actually, I'll get to that for the morning, and the reason why you would know time to a degree in the morning. But okay. Then in that case, you all complete a long rest.
Oh, thank fucking God.
As nothing bad happens tonight.
I'm pretty sure most of them needed the HP really badly.
Yeah. Like, really, a short rest probably would have been enough for the party, but a long rest is always nice for getting everything back. And I'm sure
All for the
Hulda...
long rest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Hulda appreciates her spells back.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, as a new day dawns, or not necessarily a day dawns, you all kind of wake at some point. Now, Yama, where would he have rested?
He'd probably just like joined the crew or something, like maybe somewhere up on deck. Not sure.
Yeah,
So just somewhere out of the way, basically.
just down in the crew berths would make sense. Kind of one of
Yeah.
the many things. And though this ship, it is rather heavily crewed. There are dozens of crew on this ship. Very yeah, very interesting. Yeah, there's dozens of crew on the ship. It's very it's very well crewed, this vessel, like chock to the brim with all kinds of individuals. And as kind of morning call, as it would be, goes on, and you all rouse, for Art and Hulda and Radon, it's very much a, like, you don't know what time it is. It's like, oh, it's still dark out. Like, morning comes and, oh yeah, it's still dark out. But I mean, although you're used to just having, regulated day-night cycles by, kind of clocks and that kind of thing. Like the passing of days is marked in dwarven halls by, metal and machine, right? But
Right.
on the surface, it's been like, oh yeah, there's like a day and there's a night. It was probably a very novel idea. Art, you're very used to the day-night cycle, and so is
You
Radon.
guys hear that?
Hear what?
Okay. Because my
What?
cat's like doing her guttural meows. Oh.
Guttural meows. That is wonderful. But yeah, as you, those of you who do end up coming up on deck, while there's no light, no sun bearing down, no change in the sky, it's just continuous darkness. There is one thing that stands out to those who are, really think about it for a bit. You can feel the change from night to day. You can feel almost like the warmth of a sun beating down on you. You can feel it while you're standing on the deck. Almost like wherever the sun is, you can feel its warmth, even through this darkness. It's probably very fascinating to Hulda, for one.
Yeah, I think Hulda might head back down to her bunk and use Eleanor, just put her eyes in Eleanor and say, let's just see how far up this goes, and have Eleanor fly up.
Okay. You lose sight from her very quickly, as you have the, 100 feet of... I'm able to look through your eyes for 100 feet. Do you tell her to fly up until she reaches light?
Yep,
Okay. You lose contact, and
if you can.
if she can, if you can fly up, and yeah, I guess Hulda at some point, like, She probably shouldn't expect that the owl would know where she is when she comes back down. So Hulda probably has, I imagine, like a time of, once it's been this long, I'll, dismiss and bring back like the action dismiss to pocket so I can call back as an action. Because,
Right.
yeah, the ship is constantly moving, so it's not like she can go straight up and then down and come back to the ship. So I guess my question would be, how long would Hulda wait?
Let's see.
Can't you
She'd probably
wait?
wait.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, can't you, if you want to find out how, can't you make an estimate based off of when she leaves your range, when she comes back?
Well, that's the problem. She can't come back.
Oh, that's true. She can't see, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's not like the owl can go up and still see a bird's eye view of the ship. Once she goes up high enough, darkness will actually take the ship.
Yeah, my bad.
So Hulda will probably wait half an hour.
Okay. Half an hour. Okay. In that case, now let me just convert something. Okay. After about half an hour, you recall your bird. Eleanor reappears, and let me actually just plop Eleanor back down on the map here. Eleanor reappears beside you, and what you would get in the telepathic communication when she reappears is it extends very high. When extends very high. How she's so owls aren't intelligent, very intelligent. I'm trying to think of the best way that she would convey. Probably convey it in time. In your communication with the owl, you basically estimate that the darkness itself extends upwards probably like trying to find how high that is. Yeah. Extends almost to the cloud layer. Like 1 or 2 miles up. Like when she went up, she saw no clouds. Except for a few. Like she saw a few what are described as very like high clouds.
That does make her feel better as well, because I mean that means it's unlikely that they'll be attacked from above.
Oh yeah. And remember, like when you did see the wall of darkness from the outside, it extended over a mile high.
Yeah.
But I guess this gives her that confirmation of it's uniform.
Right.
Yeah. You'd probably get like in the telepathic note just that it extended as far as she could see in every direction, except for back the way you came. And she could see the edge that way.
Okay.
Actually, at this point, sailing through the night, 8 hours. 12 hours. She might not even have seen the edge, actually, just as far as she could see. But yeah, it goes on for a ways.
All right.
She also would have let you know one thing, like going up there, saw ships like clouds in the sky.
What? I'm.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Ships like clouds in the sky.
She saw airships. Not necessarily doing anything in particular, but she spotted probably 2 different airships and describes what looked like large bags filled with leather, or large bags made of leather or cloth.
So, Holly makes a mental note to ask Radon about those later, and also she wants to ride one at some point.
Wants to ride one. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
life goal, bucket list, new item.
You guys are able to at some point, I imagine you all end up back on deck. But yeah. On deck or even below deck, or yeah. It seems that one thing that would be brought up is it's probably a good 3 or 4 days to Haven. So I guess the question would be, for the crew, or for all of you, is there anything particular that you're wanting to do during this time? Any people that you're wanting to talk to, be it each other or members of the crew or the captain, any things you're wanting to do? Bralkin obviously has her problems with Yamo.
And Yamo is making sure to give her a very wide berth.
She needs her space. I'm gonna give her space. Oh man.
Like the amount of time Brolkin's had space for bills and enough, apparently.
Yeah, like 2 months. Yeah. Hulda, you could, if you wanted to, you could corner Radon and ask him questions.
I think I will. About Maycalls, about airships, all these new things that I'm learning about.
Be very important to you for sure. Okay. Who else would be?
Art's,
Yeah, Art.
I think Art's gonna go talk to Bralkin.
Okay. Starts talking to Bralkin somewhere. Hulda's gonna go ask Radon questions somewhere. How about Yamo? Just staying scarce, or would you go and would you?
He is staying out of the way, not getting involved in anything. You probably like see him throughout the day, like he finds a quiet place to meditate, or he spends some time like practicing sword strokes. You notice that his sword is like foreign looking to people of the Empire. Everyone here would recognize it as very definitely like a katana.
Indeed.
And like people here would also recognize his clothes are sort of vaguely reminiscent of Japanese style clothes. But
Yeah.
weird looking to people from the Empire.
Yeah, because I don't think any of your Art, Radon, you might have heard, like Radon and Art, you might have heard rumors about dragon people from across the sea. You've probably never met them, but they do have a very Japanese type culture. If you did ever meet them, and you've met one now. But yeah. So there's a question, Radon. Where would you probably be during the day when Hulda finds you? What kind of things is he doing on this ship?
I was doing what he said earlier. He's probably using his ability to make some of his weird potions.
Okay, so he's got himself. Would he do this like down in the cargo hold? Would he do this in the crew quarters? Would he do this up on deck or in the like in the officers' quarters?
He might do it down, just where the bunks are, basically.
Okay, so where the bunks would be, like during the day, and day is a loose term. Yeah. Well, not quite a loose term because I mean you can feel the sun on you, so you know it's daytime. But during the day, yeah, most of the bunks are kind of like strung up to make room down here, for people to be around and do things. But anybody who's resting is there. So yeah, there's room. Like there's crew always going to and fro. And there's also like in this space there are portholes for cannons and things, and it's kind of made in such a way where it would double, like it would double up as a weapons are stashed to the side or kind of out of the way, or perhaps strung up onto the ceilings as people have their and during the day or during the night people are strung up on hammocks sleeping, or perhaps they're even underneath hammocks. And then when it's daytime or if it's combat, hammocks are quickly brought down so that weapons can be rolled into place in different places.
Yeah.
There's weapon ports like throughout the ship, and this vessel it's not super heavily armed.
You know what's odd is whatever Radon's responses were, I couldn't hear them. I could only hear your side of the conversation, Silas.
Oh.
Well,
So I'm not
besides
sure what's
making his
behind that, but
elixirs,
just FYI.
yeah. He also might be trying to make that item, or one of those items I told you about.
Yeah, I'll probably need a
Because all it
bit
requires
more.
is, I think it requires copper along with the spell.
And
'Cause it's,
and a sufficient workspace to work in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
He'll probably find that when he
Yeah,
gets to his
I've been trying to-
destination.
I'm just trying to figure out like what, because like there's so many different versions of it, so I'm just trying to figure out like which one, and then I'll send you some of them. It's
Okay.
not one of the breaking game ones.
Well, Hulda, you find Radon just fiddling with his supplies and making some weird elixirs and potions that he's not even sure what they're gonna do until somebody drinks them. Stumble upon him down there below deck.
And I'll just kind of say hi. Radon, right?
Yes.
And I think I might need to. I'll leave the Discord game and come back because I can't hear anybody but you, Silas. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Oh, I think I just heard someone else.
Oh.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, I heard someone else. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Is
can
that
you hear me?
Janice, I can hear you.
How about now?
I heard Madame Plague. I heard Ralkin.
Oh my gosh, she can't hear you, Radon.
You just can't hear
I guess
Radon.
it's
I can
just
hear
me.
Radon.
It's just you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently you just can't hear me.
Yeah.
Do you have Radon's volume turned down to 0? Because I've had that happen before.
That'd be funny.
Wait, you heard hold on. You heard Plague?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wait, I think I heard her too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Yeah. Hulda, just disconnect, reconnect. Just see if that fixes it for you. It might be that. Oh my goodness. So this whole time you've been talking Radon, and it's like, who's this?
I guess so.
Can you hear him now?
Hear me now?
Hi, Radon. Yes, I can.
Hey.
Hey.
There you go.
Just turn it off and turn it on again.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and
Alright.
ask your question.
Radon, right? Yes. This is okay. So this is kind of strange question. Like, I don't mean anything by it, but yesterday, in the fight that we got in, I thought I heard you shouting something for the Emperor. That was
Radon looks at you straight in the eyes and is like, and?
Oh, okay. That was you. All right. That's
Yes, it confuses them sometimes long enough for me to dodge.
that is really smart. Really smart.
Plus, they
Okay.
can't figure out your motive if you're acting like you're one of them. He just turns back to his work.
Have to try that for the Emperor. Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you. So I can, see things sometimes, and this morning I saw some ships above us in the sky, and they had. Oh, do you have any like paper or parchment? I could draw them. I could just describe them.
He pulls out his calligraphy supplies. He's like,
All
pulls
right.
out, and is like, mean an airship? But you can draw it.
Yes, an airship. So you know about those.
Well, yes, they require artificers to build.
Well, no.
Some of the components.
It makes it easier when artificers help build them, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably methods that artificers aren't required in some of them.
Have you ever built one?
Ooh. I have not.
Okay.
Not
What
yet.
And do you build lots of different things? What are you building right now? I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry. You could just tell me to go away. It's fine.
It's fine. I am trying to work on this. I don't know if it'll work or not. I am trying to see if I can make it work by casting message on this little earring over and over and over again, see if I can get it to stick.
So like if you wear the earring, you can message people?
Yes.
So you can
But
store.
I don't know if
spells
it
and-
will work or not. So
Okay.
that's why I'm trying. Artificers, we don't exactly know if it's going to work or not until we try. Sometimes it's just a big waste of time. Other times it works, and then we figure out how to do it.
All right. All right. And then I also wanted to ask, yesterday when you were talking about the Maycol,
I mean,
you
the
know,
magic compass thing. Yes.
magic compass. Yes.
Not even magic. Magic compass thing. Although that would be a good way to describe it to her, I suppose.
That's, I guess that's how he would be trying to talk. It's like, yes.
It's like,
'Cause
she'll
I'll
understand
be-
magic compass, and instead of saying like, oh, magnetic actuating compass of
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Remember when he tried to explain it yesterday? They all looked confused. So
No,
he
she
just
was
kinda
excited.
Realized. I know, but they didn't look like they may have understood exactly what he was talking about. So he's like, "Fuller terms."
Yes,
He's not
magic,
very good with
spinny
that, so
thing,
he's-
which way go good.
he's not very good at explaining things simply. So he has to like try to think of a word to like
It's like, I'm gonna
something,
say
even if it's not the most accurate
magic.
word.
It's magic.
It's just magic. Like the sun rising. It just happens.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, does it have to be a sphere or this object, this magic object telling you what your coordinates are and where to go? Did you apply that kind of pathfinding ability to other things?
It's a sphere to represent the planet, so therefore it needs to be round, like a globe.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just fall off the edge.
You could ask her to go see it. I mean, Radon hasn't been in there, but I mean, there's obviously one on this ship somewhere.
I'll just put that in the back of my mind. So are you going to set up shop in Haven and make things when we get there, or is that? I mean, I'm going to try to set up a shop in Haven. I'm an armorer. I can make
Yeah, he probably. Argon, but Radon will look around, like scratching his chin. It's like, yeah, probably. Gotta make money somehow.
Right, cool. All right. Well, I'll catch you later, Radon. All right. And I'll just walk off.
The most awkward conversation between two intellectuals.
Only kind of conversation that we can have.
So good. Meanwhile, up on deck, or actually, at this time, because Art's going to look for Brulkin. Brulkin, during the day, where would you probably find yourself? What would you probably find yourself doing?
Broken? Probably. I don't know, probably still chilling downstairs. Where she's needed for.
Bashing skulls. Would you just kind of be in the, like, the main hold, well, not hold, kind of this main area here is more or less a, like, there's an armory in here, weapon racks, and there's a lot of activity. Huh?
Yeah, probably just like cleaning.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Art, you'd come across Brulkin cleaning her armor.
Brulkin, right? I kind of say as I step down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Sorry to bother you. Huh? Yeah,
Right.
yes. Got it. Sorry to bother you, but you seem to be the only person besides one Dragonborn that actually seems to know where we're going.
Oh yeah, that's a funny story how that came to be. Essentially, I was exiled from my community, captured, prison broken out of, and dumped onto a ship. Then we went back to Haven. Pretty nifty place. Not too bad, but last I remember, it was still being built. And oh god, how long has it been since I?
About a month.
Maybe a month, maybe more. God knows what's been happening. I was gone. But there's this bitch in the council now. Yeah. Besides that, place is fine. I remember it getting in a whole fight. God, it's been a while.
As you're probably telling the story, you might not be looking at Art, but when you turn back to Art, she's just surprised. She goes,
Why do you ask?
well, I was going to ask because I'd like to know where I'm going, but you.
Don't worry, it's protected. I don't know if you know her. The Raven. It's protected by her. There's a deal that happened, I think. I can't remember. I think
Rolkin is like the best character to describe this all, because her character does not pay attention to all those little things all the time.
I think.
Well, I tried asking Yamamoto, but he seemed like he was just gonna keep his mouth shut. So there's only one other person I could ask, besides the captain, but
or any of
I
the
think
crew.
Sanger, you don't know him. I think he went talked to her about some type of fucking protection. So, Yango, Yamo was there.
Yango on
Go on. Wait, anyways,
Yeah.
hold on, back up. But you were captured and sent to prison too?
Don't worry about that.
No, I'm asking because I was as well.
Oh, essentially, I was going to Haven to get head bitch, aka Lady Mizbel, a seat in the council to get accepted by my community again, and to get my rank back. So as I was sailing, head bitch was like, "Oh, I don't care if you get captured or killed or whatnot. Just I better get this seat, if not a well type of deal." I got captured. I can't remember her name, but she broke me out with her orc friend. And then pushed me onto Yamo's ship that had Stein gear.
The ship, actually.
My ship. My ship.
Gladio? Can't remember. Some fucking annoying warlock. Not Dragon Ball. Well, yeah, can't remember.
Very, very confused Durgar telling a story.
All right, then, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing heading back?
Oh,
And put that bitch in its place?
I've got some unfinished business that I remembered. So I'm going back. Just happened to stumble across what's her face sailing by, and I was like, "Fuck it, you need some people? From you, full join." So that's why I'm here. She said she was heading back. Great place at a what? No, what? I don't fucking. And she continues cleaning her armor.
Man, so much I tried. So much didn't happen. Where do I go from here?
So much left out.
So much left out.
If I can remember, I'll let you know if you're really into it, but maybe Ass Hat upstairs or wherever the fuck he is will open his yacht.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask about that.
About what?
About him. You guys seem to have had history, and
Oh,
two people having history on one small ship. It's never. I spent my fair time on ships with people who disagreed with each other, and it never works out. Do you mind if I ask what happened?
essentially, we went against a head honcho with, I think, the Legion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that this
Um,
makes any sense to Art, but yes.
Nope.
They did a fight to the death. I can't remember what it was about. Some type of honor. Essentially,
Okay.
Yamo was slain but brought back, and then we had to kill him again because he's basically seen as a traitor.
So that guy died twice,
Yeah.
and you're pissed at him for dying twice.
No, I'm pissed off for his choice of actions or lack thereof, or his decisions. Yeah. It's just really stupid, not a great warrior chief an actual brain would do.
I love that so
Leaving
much.
like bits and pieces. It's like
I'm over here and I know everything that she's talking about, all the little details of it, and I love the little like I don't know,
Bite-sized pieces.
the bite-sized pieces, just enough to tempt Art.
It's mostly because like I actually don't remember all the like little bits. And like for her being away that long, it adds up for her not remembering.
She's had
Yeah,
a lot of
And
stress.
so much has gone on.
yeah.
She was also under a lot of stress for a lot of things.
We were all under a lot of stress.
Let's
Okay.
hire you to kill your former friend. What? I don't care if you bring him back. Yeah. Good other stories. Anyways. Yeah.
If I can remember, or if the gods would tell me.
If the gods would tell. Hint, nudge, nudge. Silas, remind me, what do I know again? roll for your own information, your head check. Yeah.
Because I think at this point, Art's walking away with the impression that you're hating Yaba and you don't remember why.
No,
But all you know is that you hate him.
Isn't that the way?
he took some stupid fucking things.
She'd
Like he
probably
stole stuff?
she would
No,
probably
he's like-
remember. So if you want the clarification, because she'd probably remember the deal, because I mean that was probably a very big deal. What happened?
Yeah, I just IRL can't remember.
I can't remember. Then what she'd most likely continue to tell you, Art, and at some point, Halda, you'd likely be exiting the area and overhear that they're having conversation. While they're talking, would you stop and be like, I'm totally not eavesdropping, but I am? Or would you just like, I'm going up the stairs?
It's totally fine. If
No,
you join the
I'll chill and
conversation.
I'll chill and eavesdrop.
Or Halda, you could totally
Look,
just walk
like,
over
she'll
to the
just try
conversation.
look-
Yeah.
No, she probably won't join it. She'll just try to, look like she's minding her own business when she's really not.
Yeah. Make a stealth check because it's funny. It won't affect anything because I know Brawlkin doesn't care if she's there or not. But this is wow. Hold
Not
on.
bad.
Not bad. You're making it like it very much seems like you're well, this is against passive perceptions.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. You're very easily unnoticed. Like you just walk out and you kind of stand in the stairway and you're listening. And it's like, oh, I'm just gonna sit down here for a bit. As you
That's what
start to
everyone wants to hear. You're easily unnoticed.
You're easily unnoticed, Zelda. I know people who actually would be very happy about that. Actually, I'm one of those people IRL that's very happy to be easily
Well-
unnoticed.
Holly actually probably is too.
Yeah. Anyways, you sit down and you get to overhear, like, Brawlkin kind of, in her own roundabout way, and the way that she's talking about things, does eventually, like, warm up to giving Art, and by extension Hulda, maybe even Radon if he moves over and he starts eavesdropping as well, but a little bit more detail and information. Like, Brawlkin herself, yeah, as she had mentioned, was bust out of prison by some, Brawlkin would call her probably a demon, like some kind of demonkin, and an orc. They shoved her, or that woman's followers shoved her onto this ship, and she ended up with the party, ended up in Haven, and she very likely doesn't go into detail about the specifics that happened after that, because it was more the details about what happened with Yamamoto. Because I imagine Brawlkin's not trauma dumping, is she? You know, her other things that happened.
Just like, she's just skimming through, like,
yeah,
how she got there and, like,
and then
how
going to
everything
the
happened, and
the
then,
specifics of, like,
why
what's
there's
wrong with
bad
the
blood.
ammo. Yeah. But yeah, she'd probably continue on and give a bit of information, and this would be things that you'd remember Brawlkin of. He was indeed the general. He was in charge of Haven's, security, military, defense, that sort of thing, and the Legion, which Art, if you Art, if you press for any details on the Legion, goblinoids. Like a legion of goblinoids who are at war with Brawlkin's people. Or were when she left. But the Legion was going to attack Haven. And apparently, Yamamoto, as the general and leader, went to make a deal, which Brawlkin didn't agree with, but a deal of, hey, if I, single combat, me versus you, against the enemy general. If I win, you pack up and you fuck off. You pack up and leave. And if you win, then Haven surrenders. And it's, all my life is forfeit, Haven surrenders. The general beat him in a straight fight and killed him. Then had one of his spellcasters raise Yamamoto and told him, you have died, which means now your blade belongs to me. And in this, to what Brawlkin would probably see as a very twisted and messed up sense of stupidity, not honor, in her mind. Probably how she would describe it as well, thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah, just twisted moment of stupidity. He agreed and became a traitor and turncoat. Haven obviously did not surrender, which meant that he had to now be in charge of attacking Haven. He was placed in charge of taking out his defenses. Now, I don't know if Brawlkin would go into the detail of how her and her companions came across the mission to go obtain him. Would she? Would she tell who offered that mission?
Well, if they wanted to know, they'd have to ask for it.
So then all she would probably say then is her and her companions went and they attacked the Goblin war camp, abducted Yamamoto, and he got killed, and then they had to get him raised again. I imagine she doesn't go into the details of the really intricate stuff of exactly how he got killed again or raised again, because that was an adventure in and of itself. But yeah, basically a thing of he went, he made a deal, he lost, and Haven didn't surrender, and he couldn't force it surrender, and then he got killed again, and brought back again, this time as a supposed ally, though obviously Brawlkin is very pissed about the whole situation.
Also, she had a big fucking crush on him.
I imagine
And
she
then-
doesn't say that, does she?
No. But that's also a low-key reason why she's pissed off. Just gonna throw that out there. If she just
Wait,
watched
sorry,
someone she
yeah.
was kind of infatuated with do something utterly stupid.
Out of character knowledge, yes.
Yeah. Wait,
That's-
so just for clarification, is she pissed off with the choice he made to duel, or was he pissed off at the choice he made to turncoat?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Because it sounds like a thing of, in his mind, probably some kind of honorable duel type thing, and then he lost, and honor dictate, do what you said you were going to do. Meanwhile, the Brawlkin, that's stupid, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't say anything about honor and stuff, just like, he made some stupid decision, I don't know why he did it. I'd say Art and Halda, you could both make insight checks just listening to her.
And how exactly did he what's it called? How exactly did he That's unfortunate. How exactly did he betray the party or the group or something?
He got killed, which meant he had to join the Legion.
And he did join the Legion.
Yes.
And then the party killed him, and then he got rezzed again.
She didn't say the party killed him. She said the party went after him,
sorry.
and he got rezzed again after dying again. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah. So Art, you feel like there's more to the story that she's not telling. Now, what is she hiding exactly? Well, perhaps her feelings, but you don't know exactly what she's hiding. Halda, wow, that's quite a story over there. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my. Wow.
Went right over her head.
Yeah. Like any of the finer details, possibly like right over her head, but what you heard is what you get.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah. Fun little bit of stuff. Yeah. Art, after all that, do you respond to her about with anything? She's gonna finish her story.
Is there anything else you want to know?
She kind of just is lost in thought, and she just goes, no, that's quite a story you guys went through. And I thought I had some adventures. But I'm sorry.
Shit happens. I don't know how long this will take, if I can, or he can make up his shit to me. We'll see. Yeah. She's like mildly saying this, kinda a bit louder, in case Yamo's around.
In case Yamo's listening. Yamo, where would you be hanging out? Down in the cargo holds? Up on the main deck?
Probably up on deck.
Okay.
So, I might hear.
Yeah.
Might not.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception these days is 13.
13. You might hear, you might not. Okay. Art, do you take your leave of that area? Or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think after I do my best to console and realize that maybe there's nothing to do, I will eventually just take my leave. Well, first of all, does Brawlkin have any questions about me?
How did you exactly decide to get here?
Paula's over here sitting in the stairs like, this is juicy.
With you.
Yeah. I was told to come here.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say do I really know what, like, well, in one word, and I hold out my hand and I manifest my greatsword. This. I point to it.
You're just gonna look up. Okay, buddy.
You're the names of your weapons. Okay.
Can you explain more?
Yes. So
Because right now you're just looking like a crazy. The sword told me to go. Yeah.
wait. Okay, sorry. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's just say it's hard to explain because if I'm quite honest, I don't know what happened myself. Like you, I have my own history. I've almost got imprisoned.
that's always fun.
Always fun. But like you, I was lucky not to get broken out.
Was it the same devil bitch? I wouldn't be surprised. She's always a bullshit, apparently.
Well, I won't call her a devil.
Looks like
Actually,
one.
I don't even know if she's a devil. It wouldn't surprise me if she was a devil. Do you know Rhea? Or how familiar are you with the resistance?
Broken, you have no fucking clue what he's talking about. She's talking about. Although you've maybe heard that name thrown around like once or twice from Sangir and Yamo.
Seeing the clear confusion in her face, I'll just continue. Let's just say that there's a group of people who have had enough of the Empire. And they've started working together in order to express their feelings. I'm sure someone of your persuasion would agree. Same with me.
You
like,
guys
sort of-
hear the sound of like stomping feet of like Yamo comes running like across the deck towards where you guys are.
And
then
down the
sort of-
stairs, there's
yeah.
Hulda, like sitting, like Hulda, you're sitting in the stairway, like listening. Like how intently would you be, like, obviously, you know, to anybody approaching the stairs, obviously listening around the corner right now.
Oh, Holly would just be practicing her knots, but probably it's obvious that she's eavesdropping.
Yeah, like Art and Bralkin, they didn't notice her. Like she's gone around the corner, she's stealthy there. But like, yeah, Yamo's coming barreling down the stairs. There's Hulda sitting, practicing her knots, like kind of ear tilted, listening. And you hear this stomp, 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 stomp behind you, Hulda. There's that big fucking dragonborn coming down the stairs.
I'll just kind of get smaller if I can and move out of the way.
Like he pretty much almost leaps over you, like at the rate he's coming down. He's surprisingly agile for his size.
I guess
But
you
yeah,
just-
he just sort of barrels into the conversation. Did you say Rhea?
Radon, you definitely hear that. You're gonna poke your head around the corner. But yeah.
kind of gives you a raised Art kind of gives you a raised eyebrow and says, "I and what of it?"
As in, I can't quite remember what she looks like, but like I give like a physical description of Rhea. It's been a while. I can't remember what.
You would describe a. Where did I put that? Here it is. Yeah, you describe a human woman, lighter skin, a bit shorter in height, kind of slim. You probably don't remember like things like her eye color or anything. As for age, like you probably like dealing with humans now for a while, probably like in human years. You probably reference it like. I'm trying to think of how you would translate that into things like. Because you don't age the same as other races.
Like, she was like a
Like
mother's
adult.
age, right?
Yeah, like a young mother. Yeah, like a young mother, light skin, auburn hair, you know, kind of shorter, slim. So that would be like the physical description that you'd give.
Yeah.
Yes, who's she to you? And she kind of postures towards you a little bit more, and you can see her hand kind of grip the great sword a little bit.
She's alive?
Well, she better be. After how many times I saved her ass.
That part's probably an exaggeration. More likely the other way around.
You saved Rhea?
Well, I make a point to save all of my. I have a point to owe all my saviors.
Falcon's just gonna like and leave. Like kiss her teeth and leave.
Oh yeah. Broken just like, oh yeah, Yamo's here? Peace.
Yeah.
Yamamoto pointedly does not notice.
Side eyes him.
Yamamoto
It's not like-
pointedly does not notice.
Not like you can really tell anyways.
But anyways, yeah. Well, who's she to you?
Rhea was a member of the crew that initially founded Haven. She, well, to be honest, she kind of fulfilled the same role that Aliana fills these days. Aliana served under her when she was, when she was running the ship. And then one day she took off. Took a vessel that we'd captured from the Legion. Did she still have a child with her? Willow. Small child, I'm not sure, 9? Human, I think. Long black hair.
She was odd.
Odd, yes. God, I don't know what to say. Well, she took off, and we wanted to go after her for the longest time, but there was always some fresh new crisis that stopped us being able to pursue her. I know some of the other crew, they tracked her down a bit, but by the time they got on her trail, it was already cold. I wasn't with them at the time, so I'm afraid I couldn't tell you more details of what happened then. But she's alive and well?
Oh, don't you worry. She is more than well.
Ooh,
What's that meant to mean?
I mean, do I? Okay, do I know that Rhea? I don't know where you've. How much do I know about Rhea's notoriety? Well, I mean, I obviously know Rhea's notoriety, but she's supposed to be
Her infamy?
somewhat of a big. Yeah.
Not very infamous. Like, you've never heard of her before, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Dude,
so like
she's-
she's not like a known pirate, like a well-known pirate in the eyes of the Empire. Like she's not a problem.
She's a problem.
Okay.
You don't know how much is known other than, like, I mean, you know, there wasn't a lot of asking of questions sometimes when you were around, so.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, together we've sacked, I don't know, probably
Half a dozen.
half a dozen Empire merchant ships. Half of that of Imperial war vessels. She has like a sort of grin, thinking of the memory. And not only that, but like I was saying before, she has been a part of a change going on in the continent.
Well,
Yeah.
that might be an exaggeration. Although, art might be prone to exaggerating.
Wait, is she not part of I thought, well, I mean, Luke's part.
I never said the resistance was effective.
Oh yeah. Part of a change, a slight change. But yeah. I was referring to the revolution as the resistance as a change. Yeah. I'd say she's doing pretty well.
Oh, it's good to hear that. Like I said, we all sort of worried about her after she went off. Does she still get that sort of intense look? Sometimes I don't quite know how to phrase it. Sort of look like she wants to burn the entire world down.
I'm pretty sure that's just her normal face.
That's concerning. He looks kind of a bit uncertain.
Oh, you know the artist joking, but she definitely knows of like what you're getting at.
Okay,
It's a yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Our art was kind of like a little shit towards Rhea, but like a good natured one, you know. That's why she tells all these tall tales and stuff like that. But in reality, she probably has caused more problems than she solves, even though she does solve problems for Rhea. Like that.
I'm what
Yeah.
you call a fixer that needs fixing.
Yeah.
The child that's with her. To be honest, I didn't fully understand all of it myself, but I know she has some connection to the old gods, Free Empire. I have to admit, I'm a little concerned about the whole thing.
Well, you can at least rest sure that she's safe with Rhea. Well, I mean, a little less safe since I'm not there anymore. But
It's not
I think
her
they can
safety
manage.
I'm worried about.
It's Rhea's?
It's everyone around us. The child was strange.
Alright, she was,
You're strange.
but I think they're
Uh,
doing. I can assure you they're doing well. I'll just put it. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, nothing I can do. He seems to like kind of shake himself a bit. Sincerely, out of my hands. So if they're doing well, that's good. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to let the others know if I see them again.
Sure. Kind of squints her eyes at this entire conversation. No problem.
He seems less concerned about Rayhan and more concerned about the kid.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily concerned for Rhea, concerned about the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I failed to see how, because I know she's a weird kid, but I didn't know any of this extra baggage or anything like that.
Mhm.
But the whole like thing to an elder god is kind of, you can see that struck a chord a little bit with art, and you can see like the gears turning in her head, however many gears that might be. But
However many gears. What, doesn't she have like a... Her intelligence is... Actually, what is her intelligence?
it's 10. She's normal.
She's normal. Average. Never mind. Why did I think it was
Yeah.
17? I must have been looking at somebody else's sheet temporarily. Yes, I was. I was not looking at your sheet. Never
Yeah.
mind. That might be Hulda. I might have had her sheet open. I'm like, wow, art is really intelligent. Nope. I was looking at the wrong person. Yep. Yeah, I was looking at Hulda. Anyway. Yeah. Hulda, you're kind of just around the corner.
Nice.
God. You're just around the corner listening into
Oh,
everything.
all thoughts. Yeah, all thoughts of like the rope is just like dangling there at this point.
Like, what is happening?
Trying to practice the knots.
Yeah. It's like old gods and what? Pirates and what is happening? Yeah. Radon, are you would you be listening in around that other corner as well? Because I mean you heard Yamo just stomping down the stairs. Oh. Radon gone again. Or he might be muted. Oh, he's not muted. I just can't hear him.
I can't.
Well, after the conversation I had with Brolkin, I don't know if you'd actually trust him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, heard him. Oh, no, lost him again.
Oh, he dropped from the call.
I'll
He
just
left.
leave it at
I
that.
think he's gonna.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably just resetting.
There you go.
There you
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yay!
Hey.
I was talking.
Oh, yeah, no, we haven't heard a
Wade
thing.
didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot. Yeah, no, he would have been listening while doing his little stuff, just like a fly on the wall, just like,
Mm.
just looking back and forth between everyone while they're having their conversation.
Yeah.
Just hearing this from around the corner. Yeah.
At the end of this conversation, I'm gonna make it a point to show Yamamoto, not overtly, but like kind of covertly, like make sure that he notices my greatsword and make it disappear in front of him.
Okay. So trying to see if that
Yeah, elicit
brings
some
a
sort
reaction.
of reaction from him. Yeah.
is that something you're gonna do now, or you're doing
now? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you just kind
Because
of
it's still out, so
Alright.
I'm just gonna make a show of it and
Dismiss.
then make it
Okay.
disappear. Yeah.
I'm gonna make it disappear.
And then I throw it into his head.
Yeah, you see this? You see this pencil? I'm gonna make this pencil
Yeah.
disappear. Surprise!
I just chuck it out of a hole of the ship.
Make this disappear. Throws it out the porthole. Very good. But okay, yeah.
I mean, your sword disappearing catches his attention.
I'd like to focus a little bit more on showing him the sword because it is a special, yeah, it is a unique sword for reasons.
Do you summon it back and show off your sword? Like what? Are you whipping out your sword to compare with you?
Oh yeah, you know it, 100%.
Yeah,
No.
Your sword is bigger, but Yamamoto's is more precise.
So what I would say is I would take the sword that I'm currently just holding at the side.
Yeah.
And stab it into the floorboards in front of me, and I'll hold on to it for a second, and then I'll dismiss it. I want to see if he reacts first to the sword itself, and then if he dismisses, and then when it dismisses, I'll see if he reacts to that.
Is there anything like visual about the sword itself, or does it just look like a normal sword?
Yes, actually, there are some visuals about the sword, like the sword, because I guess Art, you haven't really described what your sword looks like, have you?
No, I have not.
Yeah, like it's obviously a. Oh man, I was scrolling up in the wrong person's conversation. And I'm like, why can't I find the sword description? Like, no, I have a different person clicked on right now, so that explains why I can't find the description of the fucking sword. But yeah, like obviously, and this is for all of you who have seen it. Like it's obviously some kind of magical weapon, and you've watched Art summon it and dismiss it in a fight. So there's certainly that. As for the weapon itself, where the fuck did I put you? Nope, not there.
I can read it out.
I mean, sure, you could read out the description. I can't find it,
Yeah.
so I mean, you have the description. You can read out what it looks like because it would be temperance right now. So
Yeah. So it looks like a very well adorned greatsword. This greatsword's blade has a silvery sheen, and the hilt and crossguard are designed to resemble the trunk and boughs of a tree. That's pretty much it, actually, for temperance.
So it's a big, it's big, great sword, silvery sheen, and yes, the hilt kind of looks like a, almost like a tree trunk. Like it's still a hilt of a sword, and it's well made. It doesn't look weird, but just like, oh, it's designed to look like the hilt of a trunk, and then the crossguard is designed to look like the boughs of some kind of tree, like the branches. And then Art dismisses it.
That thing you do with your sword.
That thing you do.
I mean, it goes without saying, I trust that it's magical.
Yes.
Maybe an odd question, but does the sword ever talk to you?
Oh. Now I remember.
No.
I've just seen someone who could do something similar before.
I have. Wait.
Waiting.
Sorry. No, but I have come across something in my dreams.
Something?
Something, yeah. A voice been calling out to me.
What sort of a voice?
Feminine?
A calm sort of a voice, or
It varies.
Yeah.
probably not her. Tends to be fairly consistent. Might.
Yeah, I'm over here just saying things.
I am just like trying to stare through his soul right now.
Yup.
The voice ever. When did the voice start?
Must have been 2 years ago.
When were you broken out of prison? No, that would have been more recent.
Oh, longer actually.
It was
I've
shorter.
spent a while shorter.
So, hearing that Art hears voices in her sleep.
Oh wait,
and
yeah,
has
2
dreams.
years ago. Sorry, yeah, you were right, Art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I forgot the timeline of when things happened. But yes.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 years ago, she was broken out of prison, or she heard the voices?
Wait, not 2 years. 2 years? No, not 2 years. God, 2. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll find the time. I know it.
6 years later.
6 years later.
I assume it can't be more than a few months since she was broken out of prison, because that's when we lost Rhea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would have been several months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Probably not her either then. You should keep an eye on that. Hearing voices is a sign that people can be losing the grip.
Kind of laughs. I kind of laughs. You're telling me.
Oh my goodness.
But I wouldn't be too worried. It's nothing I couldn't handle yet.
Um,
And that's
does it
sword.
say anything to you in particular? The voice?
Not that I'll
It's actually
tell
the
you.
one that led me. Well, yeah. It's
Oh no, I was just joking. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. It's actually the one that led me here.
Really?
Yeah, it pointed me towards. It pointed me towards Haven.
Told you to seek out Aliana? Get on the ship?
No, it just showed me a place.
And you don't have
Ray
any
is the one.
image-
Ray is the one who pointed. Ray is the one who pointed me
Ah.
to the ship, at least.
Wait a minute. Do you mind if I have a close look at that sword for a moment?
Sure. And I make it reappear.
It's
Can I
my
look
sword.
very closely at the tree design? Does it look like a willow tree?
Kind of.
I.
There.
Okay. Yeah.
It's her. Of course, it's her.
Her.
You remember I said that the child with Rhea, Willow, is related to old gods?
Yeah. You're saying this is one of them?
I'm saying your sword is related to the same god, and that Willow. We were never quite sure what she was, but she may be the incarnation of that god.
Okay.
Art's just like, what the fuck are you
A lot
talking
to
about?
take in, I'm sure.
All right. At this point, Holly is gonna just get up and walk right in.
I'm just gonna-
You're gonna get up and walk
upon,
around.
upon seeing Hulda, I just scream out, Radon, want to come out and make it easier?
And that's where we're gonna call a quick 10-minute break as I refill my water. And when we come back, we've got Hulda confronting the group. It's like, hold on a second, what the fuck? Yes, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Waha!
Yippee.
Yippee! Hello, welcome back. We have returned.
Salutations, beans and fiends.
Okay. Well, where we left off, Yamo had just dropped something about, like, again talking about the old gods and connected something about an incarnation, and Halda just nanied around the corner, and Art is like, "You can come out, Radon."
Nice voice crack.
Nani? Yes, thank you. And yeah, that's where we pick back up. Is Halda, you've just come around the corner with your knickers in a twist and your hair in a tizzle, and I don't even know what I'm saying.
Oh, her hair is never in a tizzle.
Her hair's never in a tizzle except for when it is. Perfect locks.
That's what prestidigitation is for. Is doing her hair.
It's true.
I had a character like that as well, actually. That's what prestidigitation was for.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Best
So she
fucking
will
cantrip.
flick one side of her hair gloriously off her shoulder and say, "What god?
I
What is
can't
the name of this god?"
remember her proper name. I just know she was one of the gods that reigned before the Emperor got rid of them all. That best I could understand, she held a significant amount of power around here. He sort of gestures around the Long Dark.
Okay. And do you talk to this god?
Oh no.
The sword, though. Didn't you say the sword told you things?
No.
No.
That was-
Sorry.
They're both like, no swords are telling me things. No.
You're,
Continue.
I don't know which one of us you were talking to. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Who are you talking to? Talking to me, right?
Yeah, Art.
Okay, yeah. Well, I meant it kind of symbolically at the time. It wasn't the sword that was talking to me. But
Was it this god?
I guess it was. She was the one that gave it to me. Gave this to me, at least. It's not really a conversation.
More like a nightmare.
Yeah. It's more like it's more like a nightmare, and she tells me things. I don't talk to her.
Buffering.
Wait, but wait. Does Rayon come out the door though? I'm curious, or does he stay behind the door?
It looks
Just
like he
listen.
came out.
Oh, okay. Had to ask.
Right on, if you're talking again, we can't hear you again.
Yeah.
This poor
I
guy.
I did remute mine because I was eating and I forgot. And I forgot what I said already because my short-term memory kicked in.
No.
Oh.
Feel that.
Oh, what was the question?
The question was, did you actually step out of the doorway? Are you there invisible as well?
No. I'm just a fly on the wall after I walked into the room so I can watch. And
Okay, so yes, Radon is visible
Entertain
over in
my-
the corner.
Okay.
yeah, I'm just over there eating snacks at this point, watching this shit go down. I find this highly entertaining. Small chaotic features.
Okay, so you talking to Art. You have nightmares and see visions.
Yes.
I might know what that's like.
Her eyes kind of widen. I mean, listen, I've been trying to find out what this person wants with me and why. Why me? So if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear it.
He has one idea, but it's crazy, and she might not say it. You might
I mean,
keep
I don't think you
that
guys understand either. Like, it's been giving me nightmares, but it's also been helping me. You guys didn't see it in that fight before because I decided not to show you guys. But this thing is really powerful, and I kind of need to know, or I kind of want to know what I'm. No kind of power comes to you without asking for a price.
Yeah.
Hold it. Yeah.
I might need power for my own reasons, but I'm not dumb enough to know that.
All right.
Boulder, the voices you hear, do you have any sort of name for them?
Sometimes.
Radon in the background being a little shit.
We're trying to have a serious conversation.
No.
Okay.
Well, one of them is actually named Bob. He's really nice. He's an old.
Bob.
It doesn't matter. Like it. You don't know Bob.
I do not know Bob.
He knows a lot. He knows a lot about gardening.
In building.
Just the sweetest old man.
Sweetest old man. Lots about gardening and building. Yeah. He could fix
No.
like anything.
Oh, is he a builder? Am I right? Does he have a mythical hammer and a helmet that protects him from all?
It has a light.
A helmet of light. A helmet of divine projection.
Yes.
If I've ever spoken to the god that you're speaking to, I'm not sure that I have. But I think I could. I gotta think about it.
Just checking, Yamo, that you got my message, but I think you did.
Yeah.
Okay,
got it.
good. Very
Great.
good. Excellent. Carry on.
Didn't want to jump.
As a question, Bralkin, because going down the stairs, like, I mean, once again, you are right below, right here is below another, like, grate, because the grates, like, there's a second layer of grates that go down to, like, the lower hold. Would you be, again, like, just standing down there listening to the conversation, or have you completely fucked off?
Oh, she just completely fucked up. She doesn't care right now.
Okay, she ain't even around. All right.
That's understandable.
That's understandable. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
And you were told to come to Haven. You were told to come to this place.
Yeah.
Art.
Well, yeah. As much as I can guess what she told me.
Okay. That happened to me too.
A voice told you to come here?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I asked. What it said.
What did you ask it?
A lot of things, really.
Yeah, oh, well. Yeah. We won't go into that. A lot of just kind of what would be this path forward. It's been a long time trying to get here. And
It's been a
Haven is the
long
answer.
road
What is
there
the
isn't,
question?
obviously, it's not safe.
getting from there to here. I've got that Star Trek theme song stuck in my head now from Enterprise.
Oh no.
Been a long time. Go on, though.
No, Holly, I mean, this is a lot to process
Yeah.
for her. So I think she's run out of, like, stuff that she can say. She's just like, oh my gosh. They talk to people too. They get divinations too. They get visions too. Oh my gosh.
There's more like me.
There's more people like me.
Yeah.
I'm standing in a room with them. And I'll ask, so this child Willow, is he in Haven?
No, she's with Rhea. Wherever Rhea is.
Narrowed down to
Right.
1,000 miles.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, the gods that she may or may not be, I think the name was Ass something. Ass. Can't remember.
Ask what?
But-
Ask what?
I don't
Oh,
know.
God.
Ass something, but she was related to the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen called her a sister. And if it's about things connected to the Raven Queen, there can't be many places better than Haven to find out about it. Raven
Okay.
Queen's own soldiers defend the city, and there's a path straight to the Shadowfell, which is her domain.
Okay.
So, if you're looking for answers, I'd certainly say you're headed in the right direction.
Oof, with that or kind of sighs, a breath of relief. And you might be confused, but she kind of just goes, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely have more questions than answers, but it's nice to finally know where I'm going for once.
Right. So, and you guys know Haven seems like pretty well. If I wanted to learn more, like find a book or about this, is there a place that I could go?
There's a library.
There's a
Haven used to be
library?
a monastery. Yes. I don't know if it'll have anything specifically on what you want to know, but there's certainly a lot of books. Some of them got a bit burned in one of the battles, but there are certainly books.
There's a library. Okay.
You're all right. You're shaking.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
So you are right. You're shaking. Oh man, what a conversation this turned into.
Holly's going to the library.
I was right. Yeah, okay.
All right. Do any of you give further comments to anything, or do you scoot and skedaddle and it peters out?
I don't have anything further to add.
I think I'm done.
Okay. You kind of have been given a lot to think about. Although, oh yeah, Hulda was like, task what, and pushing is like, I don't know. And then library.
That's something.
But yeah.
That's something. Okay. That's a start. All right. Thank you.
What's your passive insight, Yamo?
Passive insight will be a 17.
Okay.
That's all.
Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No further comment. Got it.
Yep, good to know.
I mean, yeah. Holly might know more things, but then again, maybe she doesn't.
He seems very excited to get to a
Yeah.
library.
She seems very excited. She seems very, very interested in the name, it sounds like, as well. But does she know more? Maybe. Radon, what are you coughing at about back there?
Not much. He's just laughing to himself about this whole thing. It's always fun to watch two people who have people talking in their heads try to figure out who's is right, whose voice is right.
All the voices.
We're all right.
They're all
They're
right.
definitely not all right. They've had voices.
I've had voices in my head for far too long. All right. Then, the group of you kind of disperse and go about your individual things, it sounds like. Okay. Well,
Yep.
it's going to be a couple more days on this ship. And, you know, one kind of encounter of rather intense conversation is obviously had. As you drift apart to your own thinkings, to your own considerations. Yeah. Is there anything else that you do during this trip, assuming nothing else happens?
And from me,
I
I'll
don't
be
think so. Not
studying.
Studying. Hold on. What are you studying? Hold on.
I'll just be going over the spells in my spell book and
Studying and
Just looking
restudying
forward
what
to
you
it.
have.
yeah,
Yeah.
just trying to feel like really prepared for anything.
Yeah. Brawlkin, Radon, just hanging out, doing your own things.
Pretty much.
Okay.
He's still trying to figure out stuff.
Yeah, seeing if he can. It's like, can I make this work? I don't know if this is gonna work. Can I make this work? No, this isn't working. Just trying to figure out what he can do. Okay. Well then, another quote unquote night passes and day, and you know, over the next few days, you probably have maybe like light conversations in passing with each other on occasion, perhaps conversations with the crew. The food on board is, you know, rather simple fare, ship's biscuit, the like. You know, nothing particularly fancy. What you'd expect to find on a ship. Art, you're probably very used to this, and you know, Brawlkin. I mean, this is what you've been having for the last couple, the last month. So, I mean, pretty standard for you. And I mean, Yamo, you're used to military rations, so you know, it's not too far off. Alda and Radon, it's like travel rations, but even less perishable. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a ship's biscuit before, but this is
It's also known as hardtack.
yeah.
Give him a hammer and nail.
Yeah, this is
I know
like
exactly what it is.
yeah. You know what it is. I don't know if Radon
I know
necessarily
exactly what
does,
it is.
but yeah, this hardtack
Nah,
is.
he probably never had to eat crappy food before. He
Yeah.
had to run away.
He never probably had to eat that, and it's like, oh, this is okay. This is food. It's like, yep, you'd chip your teeth on it if you don't soak it in something first.
Yeah.
good old hardtack stuff. Yeah, Hulda. Yeah, Hulda, you're probably not too used to this kind of ration, are you?
Not at all.
Yeah,
It's been a big change.
it's been a big change. Like, you've been probably enjoying, like, at the very least, on land, like traveler's rations, like things like, oh, even dried fruits and nuts and you know, stuff that you can actually get on land that's still not very perishable. You know, jerky and that kind of thing. Here on a ship,
Right.
you know, that kind of hardtack bread. I mean, there's some other stuff. Fortunately, they did get supplies. They've got some other things, but yeah, hardtack bread is like, oh, we got another barrel of it over here. Oh, goody! It's breakfast, lunch, and
Yeah,
dinner.
just think it. Just kind of like seeing what she's eating now. It does kind of make her homesick.
You know, it's like, oh,
Just
I
having
miss
a
my
moment.
food. I miss my food. I miss my home.
I miss my mom's cooking.
I miss my mom's cooking. Oh man, yeah. Okay, well, next few days go by relatively uneventfully. And as you're kind of continuing along, on the fourth day, actually, at some point you all end up on deck. Probably the captain calling up and saying, "Well, according to the May call," and she's likely just talking to the group of you. According to the May call, we should be at Haven within the hour. Just thought you'd like to know.
Yes, thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, goody.
She gives like kind of a
Ellie
sympathetic.
will go down and get
Yeah.
all of her stuff together, ready to go.
She goes into the forward compartment to get all her stuff.
Yeah, just
It's like
Sit
I'm
and-
so ready. Yep. She kind of gives a glance to you, Yamamoto. It's like you've been gone for a while. It was who was in charge when you left?
I think Varus had taken over, hadn't he?
Okay.
As sort of an interim counselor.
Well, Inarl's in charge right now. Well, voted in.
That's probably good.
She like just said, yeah, sure. Anyway, I won't be coming ashore. Some of the crew will, but yeah. We'll pull into Dogtown.
Oh, yes, sorry, I'd forgotten.
Just like, anyways. Well, I'll let you do your things, get ready, and we'll be docking in like an hour. And then she just kind of points off the port bow. It's like you'll see it before then, though. It does kind of stand out when you get closer, amazingly, and walks off. Although you're grabbing your things, which you've probably prepared and re-prepared and packed and repacked multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I almost didn't grab Brolkin. There we go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do?
All dark.
It's all dark.
No.
There we go. But yeah. Okay. So, although you're getting your things, and anything else you guys are doing in like that last hour before you make landfall, allegedly?
10 minutes before, I'm going to cast Find Steed.
Oh, is your steed
Why
not
didn't we
down in the
do that?
hold?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been taking care of it, so I assume that it's not.
You
or we can say that it's. I guess we can say that it's
could be on the
Yeah,
ship.
I'm taking care of it. Yeah, sure.
Taking care of it.
Yep. Yeah, your horse is down below. Your
Yeah,
horse.
I'll bring the horse out.
I
That
mean,
is huge.
getting the horse out is probably like getting them up the stairs would be fun, though most likely they just open the grates and crane them out. When they
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
really?
when you
Okay.
land. I mean, you could.
Yeah, that's how they used to do it.
Yeah. Like you could
Oh.
probably lead the horse up the stairs if you really needed to in a pinch, but yeah, like the horses, the steeds, they're down in the lowest hold. Yeah, you'd be opening up these grates on
See-
landfall.
All right.
Yeah,
then
but
I'll just wait.
that's what those grates were for. It was
Yeah.
the large cargo.
Large cargo like a
I
goddamn
didn't realize
horse.
horses were that large.
Horses are big. Yeah.
Very large.
Yeah. Usually a horse won't be coming with like
Overestimated.
if you go into like a dungeon, they're not usually coming in because
Yeah, that makes sense.
they're so big. Damn boy, he thick. Anyway, but yeah. Okay, so you've got you just go and you check on your horse and probably your actually one thing early on in the journey, like Art perhaps it's a thing of like every once in a while you summon the horse to converse with them and stuff, and then you could probably dismiss them because I mean they probably don't want to be on the boat as much. Like, I'm just standing around. I mean, Radon's doesn't have a choice, but yours does.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a choice.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, though, yeah, you could cast it and like if you want, you could cast it now and you bring up the armor and put the barding on the horse so that they're on deck.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Okay. So yes, bring out the horse.
The horse.
The horse. And if you find a different token you like, I can assign that later. But anyways,
Okay.
yeah, a horse just
I think I can do it as well.
So yeah, you spend 10 minutes casting a spell, and then you all see, well, what's your horse look like?
It's a white horse. It actually looks kind of similar to the picture. Not really though, but it is a beautiful white horse.
Okay. White stallion or white mare?
Stallion.
Okay.
Stallion.
Majestic. All right.
I've not seen that before.
If Helly's back on deck, she's gonna go up to the horse and say, "Oh, what's this guy's name?"
He's called Dilu.
How do you know it's a
Dilu.
guy? As Art, you like pull out your saddlebags and stuff, and you start saddling up the horse, putting on the barding
Yeah.
and everything. It's probably more than 10 minutes because it takes a while to put barding on an animal. So you probably
Right.
it's probably actually at the beginning of the hour you do this. It's like, okay, let's prepare the horse, let's equip them, because you don't know what to expect on land. Maybe like, hey, armor them up just in case, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you.
And-
Silas, weird question.
Yes.
Did we have horses like in can't remember what our homeland's called, but did Dragonborn have horses, or did we have something different?
You'd have
as
horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be familiar.
You
Like
know-
it would have been different breed, but you would have had
Yeah.
horses.
I'm just realizing how long it's been since I've seen a horse. There are so many strange creatures here, but I have not seen a horse in months.
Well, you guys don't need to worry. He's very well behaved. If Hulda wishes so, I will ask Dilu to like nuzzle her.
Yes.
You just
Yeah.
telepathically do that because horse nuzzles Hulda. Nuzzle. I'm on a
So
horse.
what? So where are you headed once we get to shore, to dock, to even?
I assume you're talking to Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Haven. I also need to check out that library.
Oh. Okay. Do you mind if I go with you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great.
Of course I mind.
Honestly, I thought we were all heading there. Kind of look around.
Are we? Be great.
I'm still not quite sure where I'm going, but sure, library sounds good.
Oh, the sense of relief in hearing that the people she's already familiar with are not immediately there.
Let's go to the library. Do you have your library
Every
card?
socially awkward person's experience. Oh, good, I've made one set of friends. I don't need to make any more.
And they're all gonna go
Oh.
to the library. All right. Well then, as you kind of continue along, you begin to see. Those of you with higher passive perception see it first, but then the rest of you start to see it over time. You begin to see light, just little bits flickering through the darkness. And as you come up on your approach, and you begin moving closer, you begin to see rising out of the absolute darkness is a rather large and sheer cliff face, extending probably 100 feet up above you. On top of that is a large fortification on top of the cliff, with walls extending even higher. The light emanates from this place almost like a halo, as the combined illumination of the settlement can be seen from the water like a beacon in the night. As the ship rounds this cliff, it drops off to a wall that follows partway down and ends in a large black tower of stone rising from the waters. There's a raised chain gate extending over a rather sizable water passage to this inner section, like an inner area of this structure, and kind of extends over to another wall and another tower that stands opposite, that continues and curves around towards land. kind of from this angle as you're passing by, you can see you do see some movement within, and amazingly, the light inside seems to be almost not quite ubiquitous, but it's like a continuous dim light everywhere with points of brighter light. You can see movement of people. You can even see shifting forms along the wall, framed by torch or lantern light, or possibly even, it doesn't really flicker, the lights that are on the walls themselves. It doesn't really flicker like firelight. It seems very static, strangely so. But the vessel continues along past this opening, and what you see sprawling now before you is newly constructed slums, tenements, and warehouses, along an extended wharf of short and long piers, along with a smattering of small fishing boats and longships. Sporadic watchtower fortifications along the dock show dark openings hinting to siege weaponry within. As you find yourselves curving around Haven, the larger fortification and the large fortification and the even more sizable town that has sprawled out outside of it. And that is where we will pick up next week.
Hey.
As you
Awesome.
find yourselves
Finally in Haven.
We're in Haven.
Yay! We
Hey,
finally made it.
Haven.
Yay!
Oh, you made a new map.
I made a new map.
Oh, we got an island map.
An island map. Also, the things about the war camps, these are the places that, when you left, these are places that you knew about. Like the other two of you who knew that there were war camps there. You were aware that there used to be war camps in those spots. Whether or not they're still there, you don't know. But, yeah.
We'll probably end up visiting them, most likely.
Maybe.
Hopefully not in a bad way.
Probably in a bad way.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
another fight with them. We'll see.
Anyways, would a dragonborn be too
Spoilers.
Hold on
Yeah,
a
everyone's like
second.
a sundered medium, right? So,
Yeah.
Is that my wife in chat?
Wifey of all trades.
That might be my wife. Anyways, next week.
Oh, ask her.
I will. Next week we shall continue this. Maybe. Yes, it is. Okay. Very good. All right. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.